My friends, we are back at it again with another Specific Chiropractic Center's office hours live. My friends, so good to see you today. My name is Dr. Cam Daniels here with the Specific Chiropractic Centers. I'm starting us off. Today, we're talking about the cost of health. If your doctors do not talk about these things, you should probably fire them. Before we get started, we always like to invite you guys to our YouTube channel. Listen, the YouTube channel is where we're going to be pumping out a ton of amazing content. We just released a video there today called the top 5 coffee spots in Central Arkansas. So feel free to go to our YouTube channel. Please subscribe to that. Also, share this with your friends and family. Share this on Facebook. Share this on, if you're watching on Instagram or YouTube, make sure you're sending a link to someone, because this is going to massively impact someone, and we think it's going to massively impact you. Let's go ahead and get started. If your doctors do not tell you this, you should fire them. And I'm actually going to take it around a different route and talk about this. Things to look out for in your doctors to be able to make sure that you are in the right place. Number one, you want to make sure that your doctor has great bedside manner. The reason why I'm starting out with this is because I had a great conversation today with a patient who just actually finished up her care plan. I was talking to her and her husband, and what they said where, on top of the results, on top of everything that we've gotten so far, the number one thing that we appreciate is your guys' bedside manner. It's important to have a doctor that cares about the bedside manner portion of it, because results are way more than just what it is that you're experiencing inside of their clinical practice. Okay. So that's the first thing to look out for. You want to make sure that they have a fantastic bedside manner. What's some things you can look out for that? This may be kind of out there for some physicians that may be watching this, but for me, it's access. It is access to that doctor. Every single one of our patients gets our personal cell phone numbers. The reason why is because my mom, when she suffered from breast cancer when I was younger, she would have to call the assistant to talk to the nurse, to talk to the doctor, that then had to talk to the assistant, that then talk to the nurse again to be able to call my mom and figure that whole situation out. I said that when I go into clinical practice, I want to make sure that every single person has direct access to me. So that's the first thing, bedside manner. Another thing to look out for, though, in a doctor in regards to bedside manner is, are they familiar with your condition? Or are you just some person that's just showing up in their clinic? Because if that's the case, they're going to be really confused on the person that's sitting in front of them. Ways to be able to identify this. Say something to your doctor. And when you say something to your doctor, I've done it a couple of times with my patients where they've told me something and I've made sure I brought it up on the next visit. So make sure that your doctor's bringing up stuff that you've also talked about on the last visit, such as, the new dog you got or something like that. So that way they're able to know and understand the actual personal life that you have. You've seen the comments. Make sure you're commenting and telling us who exactly is joining and where you're joining us from. We see Miss Melanie. Welcome, Miss Melanie. Always good to see you on. We see Mary Lee. You're the best. Thank you so much for coming on. If you're logged on to this, we see that there's some people logged on. Make sure that you're commenting. Number 2 to look out for and to run away and to fire your doctor if they're doing this. Hi, Miss Angie. Angie's on. Second thing to look out for is this. Are they prescribing medications right from the get-go? Oh, I know, my friends, some hearts just sank to the stomach. Some of you are trying to think about all the different experiences that you've had with the other providers before. Listen, if a doctor's jumping straight to medications on their very first initial visit with you, that's a huge red flag. The reason why it's a red flag is because of this. Medications are necessary. You've heard this talk to me, or you've heard me talk about this before on this show. Medications are very important in certain circumstances, but they should not be the first line of defense. And so for me and my family, especially, if we're going to a doctor and the first thing that they're looking to do is prescribe medications, that's a huge red flag to me, because what that shows is that they're looking at things more from a biopharmaceutical model than they're actually looking at it from the human standpoint. Last thing I want to talk about today, before we go ahead and talk about this third topic, download our app. The Specific Chiropractic Centers, just go onto your either app store or on the app on Apple devices or the Google Play Store and look up the Specific Centers. You're going to see a white background with a gray S. Download that app. And if you download that app, take a screenshot of it and you email it to littlerock@thespecific.com. we're going to send you something very special. We're going to make sure that we send you the VIP access link. So again, download that app, The Specific Centers, on the App Store, and then send it over to littlerock@thespecific.com, a screenshot that you've downloaded it, and we're going to make sure we send you the VIP access. And also join the Happier, Healthier Arkansas Facebook group. Listen, it's completely free, this Facebook group. And we are constantly dropping stuff in it that's providing value to the community. And what I mean by that is, like I just talked about, the top 5 coffee shops. We also have the Find Your Perfect Pillow guide. We have that. We have the evening routine guide. We have a ton of amazing things inside of that free Facebook group. All you have to do is go on Facebook and look up Happier, Healthier Arkansas, and we will pop up. Last thing I want to talk to you about before I go, my friends, is this. When it comes to your doctor, you want to make sure that you choose, this goes well beyond bedside manner. You want to make sure that you choose a place that's going to treat you like family. For those of you that are watching this that are patients, you guys are able to attest to this, not just from in this clinic, but we pray that other clinics are able to do it as well. But you want to find a doctor's office where you walk in and they treat you like family, where all the doctors there, to some degree, depending on the size of the clinic, to some degree, at least know who you are, at least have seen your face and have at least seen the first and last name on the file. The beautiful thing here is that all 3 doctors are on every single one case. We all look at each other's films. We all encourage each other throughout the care process. We're always looking at patient scans to help elevate the experience here. But besides that, you want to make sure that you're picking a doctor where you walk in and it feels like family. For those of you that know, like I said, you walk in here, doesn't feel like a doctor's office. That's the point. We don't wear white coats like a doctor's office because that's the point. What we want to do is we want to be able to make patients feel like family. And when you're finding and picking your perfect doctor, you want to find one that does these 3 things. Number 1, excellent bedside manner. Number 2, does not jump to medications as a first line of defense. And number 3, when you walk in, you are a genuine part of your family. And I'm here to serve you. We're all here to serve you, and your doctor's there to serve you, not the other way around. And including those different medications that they're prescribing. Those medications aren't meant to serve you. The doctor's meant to serve you. So you make sure that you have that in there. My friends, it is so good seeing you. Hope that you all have a fantastic evening. If you like this segment, put it in the comments again. Let us see who's here. We have Dr. Chris up next. God bless you guys. You guys have a wonderful night. We'll see you next week on the Specific Chiropractic Centers After Hours Live. God bless you, my friend.
What is going on? Yeah, you just heard from Dr. Cam. He was all like, yeah, the Dr. Chris is up next. So he's just trying to warm up the stage and everything for you guys so I could come on here and drop some little nuggets on what docs need to get fired for. Yeah, it might be a bonfire, it might be a campfire, it might be just a little chimney fire, but regardless, if they're doing these things, you just gotta say, see ya. So before that, though, little events that you might have missed in the past month that we are doing monthly. We have Dr. Cam doing bingo trivia night at Guillermo's Coffee every second Wednesday of the month at 5:30 to 6. Doing coffee things. They had an awesome time this month, doing it literally every single month. And of course, $100 Arthur's Steakhouse filet mignon. We're talking New York strip. We're talking ribeye, literally anything you want, probably with mashed potatoes. Probably with some green beans. Dr. Cam's rocking my blue light glasses. For those people that see me, know I need those glasses because I stare at the screen too dang much. And of course, we got friendly walks going on 3rd Saturday of the month. But of course, you guys are here. What could Chris fire a doctor for? And honestly, I'm thinking about my experience as a ER scribe in between undergrad and chiropractic college. Also, my time as an ER patient over summer when I had a piece of rib stuck in my esophagus for like 18 hours. That was not fun. But when thinking about this topic, what memories kind of came in my head when I was a scribe were doctors, just like what Cam was saying about medications, doctors that just out of the gate gave them something to like suppress whatever they're experiencing. So when it comes to medications, they're either inhibiting something that is excited or it's exciting something that is inhibited. That's all medications do. They don't actually get down to the root issue. They're not actually addressing and dealing with whatever caused your symptoms in the first place. They're just expressing something that's inhibited, or they are inhibiting something that's expressed. That's literally it. So in the ER, we get people that would come into the ER back in Sacramento, California, pre-COVID, that would come in for a cough, and they go to the ER. And then what would they get? They'd get like Sudafed in the ER. They could literally just go to Target for that. But those docs wouldn't give them any instructions of what to do. They're like, do they know anything about how food could help the immune system? Do they know anything that could improve the immune system? One of the best things that you could do for your immune system is download our app. So if you don't do that, then your immune system obviously is going to be shot. But all these docs, like we learned all this stuff in school about how to benefit your immune system. And then you get all these patients that walk into the ER saying they're sick. And what happens? They just give them a cough drop and say, see ya. They don't care. They're literally like, they're treating as a number, just a checklist, just trying to rifle through, because all they care about is a paycheck at the end of the day. And they can just rack up insurance codes. Like, okay, you sat in my seat, you asked me questions, I went through your history, I did your review of systems, I did an exam on you, and now I'm giving you a NyQuil cough drop. See ya. Scribe, go run the note. I was scribe guy, so I'd have to say Mary comes in for the sniffles, and then write a note for her. Same kind of concept with like people come in like extreme sciatica pain or headaches or anxiety, and they literally just get a lidocaine patch on the back and say, good luck. It's like, there's no help, zero help. So if your doctor isn't trying to help you, fire them. Like if your doctor isn't trying to give you the pieces of what you can do at home, fire them. If your doctor is not explaining to you what you should be doing for yourself to maybe prevent this from coming back, and if when it does come back, give you action steps to thus get it away. If they don't provide you that, fire them. If your doctor is solely focused on the what, and they aren't even willing to give you the light of day to explain the why and the how, fire them. There are so many doctors out there that give you this recommendation: drink water and exercise. It's like, okay, I have the worst migraine of all time. What should I do, doc? It's just drink water, maybe. Maybe try eating a strawberry. That might help. It's just like you guys don't even know what the heck we should be doing. You don't even know why your recommendation is what it is. Like if you ask them, like, okay, why, if I have a migraine, why should I be drinking water? Well, then I bet you if you ask your doctor the why and the how, they won't have an answer. They won't, because they're so ingrained in just pumping people in and pumping people out and just doing that, giving people for like antibiotics, for example, instead of actually helping someone out with whatever kind of bacterial thing they have going on, how they can help improve their immune system, they're just going to give them that antibiotic and then say split. Or if you have a fever, where the recommendation is going to be, take a Tylenol. It's like, this isn't actually getting rid of the thing that I was doing. If it's not getting rid of the thing that I was doing, then why should I do it? If you ask them that, they won't have an answer. If they don't have an answer, fire them. See ya. Also, if they don't introduce themselves and ask you what their name is, fire them. When I was in the ER over summer, I'm sitting in the bed, and the doctor comes in and he says, so what's going on, bud? And he's like, all right, so I hear you got something stuck in your throat, so we're going to have you drink a cup of water, jump up and down. If that doesn't happen, go into surgery. See ya. I was like, whoa, hold up. Hi, my name is Chris. What are we doing here? And he just walked away. The phlebotomist comes in and just starts poking me with a needle. And I'm like, why do we need blood work? I literally just had this thing stuck in my throat. I just need the Oh, shoot, I'm blanking right now. I need the Heimlich. That's literally what I told the phlebotomist. I was like, I just need the Heimlich. And the guy's like, honestly, I don't know why I'm drawing blood. I was just on the order, so I'm just doing what I'm told. I'm like, great, sweet. And then the nurse comes in and she says that they're gonna give me glucagon, and I'm like, isn't glucagon used to mobilize glycogen? And she goes, how do you know that? I'm just like, okay, how is glucagon, a hormone that is used to mobilize glycogen, going to help get this piece of rib out of my esophagus that's stuck? And the nurse was like, it's just because I was just told to do this, so I'm doing it. Doctor Essential that are like what you're talking about. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, majority of the ones out there, I mean, you guys have probably all experienced them too. Honestly, we don't, because luckily we're able to be each other's doctors. And so I know for a fact that if I asked Dr. Cam the what and the why, he'd answer it. So I'm not going to fire him. And if Dr. Grant's going to talk to me by my first name, so I'm not going to fire Dr. Grant. And I like to say, talk to myself nice and everything. And I like to understand the what and the why. So I don't fire myself. And I also like to learn things. So it's like, if I want to know how to improve my immune system for when I get sick or when other people get sick, then it behooves me to go and learn those things, because it's going to help my patients. But the only way it's going to help my patients is if I disseminate that information. Like, what good does it do for us to know all these things in our head and not share it with people that don't have access to learn it? That makes no sense. So like I said, if your doc isn't actually caring for you that way, if your doc isn't sharing the what and the why, or the whys and the hows, they're just stuck in the whats. If they're stuck just basically looking down at their file and just coming through it, and here's your cough drop, in which case cough drops have sugar in it, and pathogens, viruses, bacteria feed off of sugar. So cough drops aren't actually helping out your sore throat. They're going to make you sicker for longer. There's that. And it's just, this stuff is, there's a lot of things you got to fire your person for. So if you want to get that steak, you got to comment steak. I might hop on myself on my own YouTube and comment steak, so that way I might win the steak. So please don't let me win. And I mean, obviously, you guys aren't gonna, just those kind of docs, fire them. I'm sorry, my rant's over. I got fired up for this. Comment steaks. You got to get that gift card. There it is. Melanie, steak. Melanie wants that steak. Charity Smith, Mary Lee Dennis, Charles Tipton, Megan Henry. Guess you guys don't want that steak, so I don't see y'all commenting. So Melanie, that steak's going to look like yours unless people start stepping up. Oh, we got an emoji now? There it is. You know who's coming up next? The guy that's going to bring the acre. The guy that's going to deliver you the steak. You want that Arthur steak? Well, let's get Dr. Grant Dennis up on this stage. But before you do, you got to hit that subscribe button. Are you getting our emails? Because if you're not, then they're more than likely in spam. So what you got to do, go to spam, click on those three dots, say, these guys ain't spam. These are my homies. They're going to pop in the inbox, and then you're definitely going to come in. How do we like our steak done? We like medium rare. Cam likes it. He likes that medium well. It's well done. We've seen Cam steaks. Those things are literally charred. Just complete volcano eruption and annihilation of said steak. No blood. No blood, Melanie says. She says, I want that medium steak. That's funny. I'm excited to hear what Dr. Grant's got going on. I'm sure he's going to be giving some bomb things on what the fire his doctors for. I'm feeling pretty fulfilled. Hope you guys post some takeaways. Hopefully, we're going to get some good steak, some good veggies, some mashed potatoes. And, make sure your docs at least say, hey, what's your name? That's it's so simple. So simple. All right, everybody. It's been wonderful. It's been great. And I look forward to seeing you next week.
If you were to follow a busy doctor as he makes his daily round of calls, you'd find yourself having a mighty busy time keeping up with him. Time out for many men of medicine usually means just long enough to enjoy a cigarette. And because they know what a pleasure it is to smoke a mild, good-tasting cigarette, they're particular about the brand they choose. In a repeated national survey, doctors in all branches of medicine, doctors in all parts of the country were asked, "What cigarette do you smoke, doctor?" Once again, the brand named most was Camel. Yes, according to this repeated nationwide survey, more doctors smoke Camels than any other cigarette. Why not change to Camels for the next 30 days and see what a difference it makes in your smoking enjoyment? See how Camels agree with your throat. See how mild and good tasting a cigarette can be.
Oh my Lanta. Hope y'all enjoyed that video as much as I did. That is an actual ad from 1949 by medical doctors talking about how cool it was to smoke cigarettes. And not only was it cool to smoke cigarettes, in fact, it was Camel that was endorsed by medical doctors to look. That really, for me, springs a lot of thought when we talk about just science, the medical field, healthcare, and truly understanding we don't know what we don't know. And all I can kind of think about is what are the things that we're doing right now that are being sprung upon us, that are being told by medical practitioners and practitioners in general, that we're going to find out here in about 40 or 50 years are actually terrible for us. I don't know what that is. I wish I did, because if we knew what that was, and largely, I'll be honest with you, there is some things we do know that we share with you guys if you're clients of ours. Be sure, if you're just joining us, put comment stakes in the comments to be entered to win the gift card to Arthur's. Don't want to miss out on that. Comment stakes. And join the Happier, Healthier Arkansas free group. We drop all of our bomb stuff in there. Make sure you are in there. But listen, when we talk about doctors and things that are no-goes in our world, as far as just, and when we speak of doctors, we're speaking in general terms, right? We're talking about orthopedic doctors. We're talking about PCPs. We're talking about dentists. We're talking about chiropractors. We're talking about anybody who has the DR in front of their name. I know for me, having been to several different scenarios, that some that were super frustrating, some good experiences, some bad experiences. I want to go back to that video for a second. The reason I shared that video with you guys, and we shared that, is because the number one attribute you should look for, and if it's not there, you have got to fire that individual, is a doctor who is open-minded. The characteristic of being open-minded to new ideas, new ways of thinking, open-minded to maybe how you feel about the situation, open-minded to suggestions you have. Look, here's one thing after taking care of thousands of people at this point over the last 8 years that I've come to really appreciate. Nobody knows their body better than you. No one knows their own unique body better than the person who's living inside of it. And it's truly a team effort. So if you're, seeking care and you're seeking interventions from people who are not open-minded enough to take into account what it is that you're saying, that's a problem. If they're not taking into account maybe solutions or things that you've researched that you're bringing to the table, or maybe you've tried the things that they want you to try and they're not working, and they're not open-minded enough to shift their ways, and they just keep trying to pound the same exact thing down our throat, that's a problem, and that's a red flag. So just keep in mind, what we know to be true today in the healthcare space is going to change. It's going to change in the next month. It's going to change in the next year. I can promise you, without a shadow of a doubt, it's going to change in the next decade. So with that being said, if we're not being open-minded to change, and if we're not being open-minded to new ideas and new ways of doing things, then that's just going to create a problem. That's a massive red flag. And you need to fire that individual. Fire him. As old DJT, old Donald J. Trump says, you're fired. If they do that, you're fired. We're going to do a giveaway time here in just a second. You guys want to do the giveaway now? Want to do the giveaway now, or do we want to wait a second? What do you guys think? Well, let's give the folks a second just to kind of pop back on for a second. Maybe they dozed off for a second. So make sure, in order to be entered to win, you've dropped stakes down into the comments section. That's how you're going to be entered to win this bad boy tonight. Stakes to Arthur's bomb.
Here's the second piece. So the first one is a doctor, a provider, a practitioner, whatever it is that you're seeking, they got to be open-minded. If they're not open-minded to new ways of thinking, innovation, new ways of looking at things, and they're stuck in their old ways that were doing 30, 40 years ago, that's a problem. If they're not open-minded enough to listen to you, that's also a problem. The second thing is you want someone who's going to move from a very least invasive perspective to a most invasive perspective. I can't tell you how many times over the last 8 years I've had somebody come in and say they just want to jump straight to the surgery. They just want to jump straight to the big med, the big injection, the big ablation, whatever it is. There's like this big thing that they want to do. And don't forget, too, if you're joining in with us, feel free to tell us who you are and where you're joining in from, and drop steaks in the comments so you don't miss out on the giveaway. Least invasive to most invasive. If we're moving from what you feel like as the seat you're sitting in, we're moving really fast at this thing. We're moving really quickly to a very invasive procedure, invasive anything. And we haven't explored least invasive options. The least invasive and the most least invasive as it gets. I have never once actually heard, maybe you guys have, of any, especially in the medical model, ever look at micronutrient deficiencies first. Look at vitamin deficiencies first. Look at exercise first. Are you exercising? And how are you exercising? Yeah, I exercise. Well, what do? I do 10 pull-ups a day. Okay, well, we need to work with that. That's a problem. That's not going to set us up for success. It's how you're exercising. Maybe I do Pilates. Well, maybe you're suffering from something that Pilates isn't a good idea for. Maybe you're doing high-intensity interval training, and you're wondering why you're continually flared up and you're having issues. That totally can be the problem. But the biggest thing that I see that's overlooked in the medical model across the board is micronutrient deficiencies. There are so many people out there right now who are suffering from things that are totally related to micronutrient deficiency. And what's a micronutrient? Micronutrients so there's macronutrients and there's micronutrients. Macros are going to be more of your proteins, carbs, fats, the larger groups of what would be known as your food pyramid, right? Like the things that you need to be getting macronutrients for. Yeah, I'm going on a Grant rant. My wife's calling me out on my Grant rants already. Love you, honey. But here's the deal. Within those macronutrients, there's micronutrients. And what those macronutrients provide, in essence, are micronutrients. So a micronutrient is an amino acid. It's a protein down to amino acids. Zinc, copper, selenium, manganese, these are elements. These are micronutrients that are vital for the chemical processes in your body. You can actually get that analyzed, and you can get that to see if you're deficient in micronutrients. That's a very least invasive way to approach healthcare. That's a very least invasive way to start. Unfortunately, what happens a lot of times for most people is we just jump straight over that, the diet, the exercise, the sleep, the micronutrient component, and we jump straight to a med. And I've never met anybody in my practice career that ever came in and was like, I just love taking my amitriptyline. I love taking my Topamax. I've never met anybody like that. I've never met anyone. What they do, though, is they're going to a provider who's giving them a solution, and they want to fix their problem. And I put out a piece of content yesterday that I fully stand behind because it's something that's resonated with me fully. And that is that you are not broken. There are so many people out there who just definitively get stuck with the broken diagnosis. You're just broken, and you're going to have to learn to live with this. You're going to have to learn to manage this. I hate that word. If you're somebody out there who's being told that by your practitioner, fire them. You're going to have to learn to manage this. You're going to have to learn to live with this. You're broken. Bro, that's garbage in our point of view. That is the most disempowering thing I've ever heard. So if you're watching this, be empowered. Understand that you're not broken. You could be suffering from something as minor as a micronutrient deficiency. Supplement zinc, boom, all of a sudden I sleep better. Supplement ashwagandha, all of a sudden I sleep better. Supplement something, and that's with the caveat that your nervous system's getting checked. And that's for us another component that's just from a least invasive perspective, never checked. No one ever asks from a perspective of, hey, have you ever checked the most important system in your body that controls all the other functions of your body? Good luck with your heart beating without a nerve going to it. Good luck with your digestive system working without a nerve going to it. The nerve system is what drives everything. It's why it's the most paramount thing we look at. And the other things are important too, but these are least invasive things. So first thing, open-minded. Second, as a reminder, you're not broken. Also, as a reminder, drop steaks in the comment if you just joined us. We're going to get to a giveaway here in just a second. I'm ready to give away a gift card here in a second. I'm feeling froggy. Second thing, least invasive to most invasive. If they're hopping around, you feel like they're moving to super invasive procedures quickly, fire that individual. The third one, oh man, I'm gonna warm myself up. I'm gonna stretch out for this one. Long wait times. Oh man, listen, folks, if your appointment is at 10 a.m., you ever had this experience where you go to somewhere and you set up an appointment for 10 a.m. and you're seeing it like 11:40? My question always in that scenario is, why do we even have appointment times? Why do we even have appointment times if I show up at 10 and I'm seeing 11:40? Why didn't you just tell me to show up at 9 and the appointment was actually at 10:40? I mean, right? Like if you knew you were an hour and 40 minutes backed up, just say, hey, your appointment is at 9 a.m., knowing that it's actually 10:40, right? Like, just tell me it's 10:40. Just don't tell me it's 9 and make me wait an hour and a half. There is nothing worse. I am here to tell you, if that is happening to you, and I'm seeing a lot of yeses from folks here who relate to this because it's real. You here at the Specific, we pride ourselves on this so much that if you wait, the visit's on us. If you wait longer than 5 minutes, that visit is on us, because that's garbage. There is nothing more important in life. We can get more money, we can get more experiences. We can't get more time. We all have the same amount of time. We value that, and we hold that as a commodity. And if you're going to a provider who's making you wait in a waiting room for an hour and a half for a 10-minute appointment, that's just simply unacceptable. Basically, that goes back to a lot of the things my other guys were talking about with bedside manner and all these other things. To me, yeah, and if you're 15 minutes late, you're right, Melanie, then you need to reschedule because that's your fault, right? Yeah, so it's okay if we're an hour and a half late, but if you're 10 minutes late, we got to reschedule you because now we've got to push somebody else back 2 hours, right? So, like, it's just the most, healthcare, and honestly, the last thing I'll say about this, and my Grant rants is just about over, is we are also living in a model. We are not in a healthcare model. We're in a sick care model. We are not in sick care. We are in healthcare. There's a big difference. We're not waiting until you're sick to fix it. We want to try to, ideally, if we can, preventatively try to get to these micronutrient deficiencies, try to get to these issues before they become a big problem, before you become sick. And honestly, it's one of the biggest misnomers to me in the world is to call it healthcare when it's not. Sick care. Totally is. So wrapping this back up, one last second here before we do this giveaway. Drop steaks in the comment. Appreciate you guys jamming out with us today every single Wednesday. Join us every single Wednesday. We're giving away, I'm here to tell you, sneak peek for you guys who are on here right now. In 2 weeks, we're going to do a massive giveaway. And I'm talking, when I say massive, I mean a 4-figure giveaway. 4 figures, 1, 2, 3, 4. You do the math. We're going to do a 4-figure giveaway. That's going to be in 2 weeks. So don't miss that. So those of you who are just joining us, drop steaks one more time in the comments, and you're going to be entered to win. Last thing I want to say is this. Join our free group. Download our app. Our app, we send out notifications all the time with some bomb content. We drop all that stuff inside the free Facebook group. And then, as always, join us here for Wednesdays because we love having you guys and jamming out with you guys. Got some last folks popping on here last second. 3, 2, 1. Drop steaks in the comments. How are we going to do this giveaway, boys? We're going to choose a number. That's what we're doing. I like it. So here's what we're going to do. I am going to randomly select a number between 1 and I think Cam's you got the numbers over there.
Yep. So far, we've had 4 people comment steaks.
And some more than 4, probably. More than 4.
Oh, here we go.
There's more than 4.
Here we go.
Troy Sanders popping in. You guys are lifesavers. I love it. What's up, Troy? Troy Lynn, my guy. Megan and Melanie. Oh, yeah. You guys are awesome. Here's the deal. Do not miss 2 weeks from now, guys. I'm here to tell you. We'll be blasting this everywhere. You're going to know what it is ahead of time. But put that one on your calendar. Might set the notification now. I'm not going to want to miss that one. Let's do this. How about I just pick a number, and then that's going to be the individual on the whoever that far down commented steaks.
Let's do it.
Basically,
Or I could just ask.
Steaks. Whoever comments steaks, we count down from that person.
Let's do it.
Unless it's my wife.
Yes.
Then she can't win.
So how about
Arthur's. Then we'll pick another one. All right, here's what we're gonna do. Let's go number 7. Let's go number 7. Let's see who number 7 is. Lucky number 7. Who's the 7th person down that commented steaks? Who's that? Who is that? Oh, everyone's counting. Everyone's scrolling down through the comments right now. Yep. Melanie Albert came in coming in hot, Melanie Albat. I know for a fact Melanie Albat is going to love Arthur's Steakhouse. Melanie, congratulations. You won the giveaway tonight. In case you guys didn't know, first week we gave away $100 cash. That went to Miss Underwood. Second week we gave $100 Whole Foods gift card. Or no, we gave her massages. We have $100 in massages. Mrs. Downham won one of them. I don't remember who the second one was. Escapes me. Stacy Russell was the second one. Last week we gave away a $100 Whole Foods gift card. That went to Mr. Henderson. Here's the deal. This week, Melanie Albat. Melanie, you are a winner. Here's the deal. We're all winners because tonight we got to drop some valuable content on you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed that. We're here to serve you. Listen, our mission and vision is clear this year. We're not missing any Wednesdays. We drop stuff every single Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, every day of the week in our app and in our free Facebook group. Make sure you join all those areas and those groups. We're just here. Here's the deal. Our mission's big. We're here to be a beacon, the beacon, not a beacon, the beacon in our community for the sick, hopeless, and suffering who understand innately that their life is not simply defined by their diagnosis. That's what we're about. So that's what we're here to serve. We're here to live that out. And our vision here is to make Arkansas the happiest, healthiest place in the planet. Some would say that's far-fetching. I'm here to say they think like-minded. That's going to do it for us this evening, folks. Congratulations to you, Melanie. Until next Wednesday, thanks for joining in with us, guys. And here's the deal. If you want to see more content, drop it in the comments. This is what we want to hear more about. We're here to serve you guys. So if there's something you guys want to get more of, you want us to jam out more on, drop that in the comments. Drop it in our Facebook group. Hey, here's what I want more information on. Send us a DM. Whatever that case may be. We just want to be avenues and conduits for you. Take all this into consideration. Maybe you need to shuffle around your providers and fire some folks. Maybe you need to keep them. Maybe this affirm that who you're seeing is good. All in all, you've got the framework. And until next time, hope you guys have a fantastic week. Here on After Hours Live, we will see you. We're tuning out here at the Specific. Y'all have a great evening.